Seniors. Never reheat these 3 foods, but always reheat these 3 for better health. Welcome back to Fitness Tips, the place where we make health and wellness simple, practical, and easy to follow. If you're over 50 or caring for someone who is, today's video might surprise you. Because I'm about to reveal the truth about reheating food. Some foods actually become dangerous when you reheat them, while others turn into nutritional powerhouses. Yes, you heard that right. Sometimes warming up yesterday's dinner can either hurt your health or actually help it. Now before we dive in, let me ask you this. Have you ever opened the fridge, grabbed leftovers, popped them into the microwave, and never thought twice about it? We've all done it. It feels harmless, doesn't it? But here's the twist. Not every food is meant to be reheated. Some lose nutrients, some can cause food poisoning, and others develop harmful compounds. On the flip side, a few foods become even healthier once they're reheated the right way. Stick with me until the end because I promise you'll walk away knowing exactly which leftovers you should avoid reheating at all costs and which ones you should reheat to boost your health, especially as a senior. And trust me, number 6 on this list is something you've probably been doing wrong your whole life. The hidden danger in leftovers. Imagine this. You reheat a meal you think is perfectly safe, and instead of nourishing your body, it slowly harms your gut or raises your risk of illness. Most people never realize that certain reheated foods are the reason behind their upset stomach, poor digestion, or even long-term health issues. Doesn't that make you want to know which foods are secretly working against you? Food you should never reheat. Number 1. Spinach and leafy greens. Let's start with spinach, kale, and other leafy greens. These vegetables are filled with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that support your heart and bones. But here's where things go wrong. Leafy greens are naturally high in nitrates. When you reheat them, those nitrates can convert into nitrites, and then into nitrosamines. These compounds are linked to cancer and can also be very hard on your digestive system. For seniors, the danger is even higher. As we age, our digestive system slows down and our immune defenses aren't as strong as they used to be. That means harmful compounds hit harder. Reheating spinach might seem like no big deal, but if you've been microwaving that leftover spinach omelet or kale soup, you could be increasing risks without realizing it. The safest choice is to cook just the amount of leafy greens you plan to eat and avoid storing and reheating them later. Now, before you panic, remember this. Eating fresh spinach, kale, or Swiss chard is still one of the healthiest choices you can make. Just be mindful. Cook once, eat fresh, and don't rely on reheating. Your microwave isn't always your friend. Think about how often you use your microwave. It feels like the most convenient invention ever. But the truth is, convenience sometimes comes at a cost. What if I told you that reheating the wrong foods in that little box is quietly undoing all the healthy choices you make at the grocery store? Wouldn't you want to know which foods are worth the extra caution? Food you should never reheat. Number 2. Chicken. This one shocks a lot of people. Chicken is a staple in almost every home. It's high in protein, great for muscle strength, and supports weight management. But when you reheat chicken, especially in the microwave, its protein structure changes. The amino acids can break down differently, making it tougher for your body to digest. Even worse, if chicken hasn't been reheated to the right temperature all the way through, bacteria like Salmonella or E. coli can survive. For seniors, foodborne illness can be far more dangerous, leading to severe dehydration, weakness, or even hospitalization. Here's the key. If you really need to eat leftover chicken, you should only reheat it once and make sure it reaches a safe internal temperature. But ideally, avoid reheating altogether. Enjoy chicken fresh after cooking, or use cold, cooked chicken in salads and sandwiches. That way, you still get the benefits without the risks. Not all leftovers are safe. It's tempting to believe all leftovers are equal, but here's the truth. Some of them actually change in ways your eyes can't see, your tongue can't taste, but your body definitely feels. And by the time you notice the difference, it might already be too late. Food you should never reheat. Number 3. Rice. Now, let's talk about rice. This one catches almost everyone off guard. Rice is eaten around the world, and leftovers are common. But here's the issue. Uncooked rice often contains spores of a bacterium called Bacillus cereus. These spores can survive even after rice is cooked. If rice sits at room temperature too long, those spores multiply, producing toxins that reheating won't destroy. That's right. Once the toxins are there, no amount of microwaving or frying will make that rice safe again. Seniors are especially vulnerable to this type of food poisoning, which often leads to vomiting and diarrhea that can quickly drain the body of fluids. The safe way to handle rice is simple. Cook what you need. If you have leftovers, cool them quickly, store them in the fridge, and eat them within 24 hours. Even then, think twice before reheating. Cold rice in a salad is often the safer choice. But it's not all bad news. I don't want you to think this video is all about restrictions. The truth is, while some foods should never be reheated, others actually become better for your body when you give them a second round of heat. These are the leftovers that work in your favor, especially if you're aiming to protect your health as you age. Food you should reheat. Number 1. Potatoes. Here's something exciting. When you cook potatoes, cool them, and then reheat them, they form something called resistant starch. Resistant starch acts like fiber in your body, meaning it helps control blood sugar, supports healthy digestion, and feeds good gut bacteria. For seniors, this is golden. Stable blood sugar helps prevent energy crashes and lowers the risk of diabetes complications. Strong gut health means better immunity, sharper brain function, and even improved mood. So instead of worrying about cold mashed potatoes, reheat them properly, and you're actually boosting their health benefits. Just remember not to leave them sitting out too long, because like rice, they can grow bacteria if mishandled. A secret most people don't know. Here's a secret. Some of the most powerful health boosters are already in your fridge right now. They just need one more round of heat to reach their full potential. And chances are, you've been throwing away this advantage without even realizing it. Food you should reheat. Number 2. Mushrooms. Mushrooms are a senior-friendly superfood. They're packed with antioxidants, vitamin D, and compounds that fight inflammation. But here's what many don't know. When you reheat mushrooms, they don't lose their nutrition. In fact, they can retain their antioxidants and even release more flavors. Mushrooms also contain ergothioneine, an amino acid with powerful antioxidant properties that support brain health and reduce the risk of chronic disease. For older adults, this means sharper memory, stronger immunity, and better overall energy. So don't be afraid of reheating that leftover mushroom soup or stir fry. You're doing your body a favor. The surprising food that gets healthier twice. Think about this for a second. We're taught that reheating destroys nutrients. But what if one of the world's most loved foods actually becomes healthier when reheated? Wouldn't that completely change how you look at leftovers? Food you should reheat. Number 3. Pasta. Yes, pasta. When pasta is cooked, cooled, and then reheated, it develops resistant starch just like potatoes. This means that your body digests it more slowly, leading to steadier blood sugar levels. For seniors, this is fantastic because it reduces the risk of insulin spikes and supports long-term heart health. And let's be honest, who doesn't love a good plate of pasta? Knowing that reheating it makes it friendlier to your body means you can enjoy your favorite dishes with less guilt. Just pair it with vegetables and lean protein, and you've got a balanced meal that fuels your body instead of dragging it down. It all comes down to choices. Now that you know which foods to never reheat and which ones to always reheat, here's the real question. How many of these have you been getting wrong in your own kitchen? Because small daily choices, like how you handle leftovers, add up over the years. They either protect your health or chip away at it quietly. The good news is, you're now equipped to make smarter decisions. So let's recap. Leafy greens, chicken, and rice are foods you should never reheat. Potatoes, mushrooms, and pasta are the ones you should reheat for better health. It's a balance of knowing when to stop and when to go. If you found this video helpful, don't just keep it to yourself. Share it with a friend or a loved one, especially if they're in the habit of reheating everything in sight. Because sometimes, the smallest kitchen habit can have the biggest impact on your long-term health. Thank you for watching Fitness Tips. If you enjoyed this, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and join our community where we keep your health simple and practical. And let me know in the comments, what food do you reheat the most often? You might be surprised by what others say. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.